Welcome back to Who Would Win. Welcome back. This one comes from A-Bomb the Bomb, who asks the question, who would win a fight? Jin Mori from God of High School versus Krillen from Dragon Ball Z. I'm going to move myself so you can get a better look at Krillen's face. There we go. Now, obviously, Krillen, Dragon Ball Z, we know Krillen. Most of us love Krillen. Krillen's just the everyman, but he's still the strongest human on the planet. What Krillen brings to the table is the fact that he is, in fact, the strongest human Z fighter among the group. Now, this is stated by Yamcha to Marin, in which he asks, is like, if her dad's going to be okay. And he says, your dad's the strongest guy on Earth, human on Earth. And that's admittedly just something to say to make her feel better, but it is actually backed up by the writers and like story creators too, that Krillen is the strongest human on Earth. As such, his power level is at a point where if he truly wanted to put all of his energy into it, Krillen, in theory, could bust a planet. Krillen could bust a planet, especially when you're talking about a character whose last known documented power level was 72,000, and characters like Vegeta and even King Vegeta, whose powers are only in the low to mid 10,000s, tens of thousands, so like 10,000 to like 18,000 for Saiyan Saga Vegeta, could also waste planets. Yeah, it makes sense that Krillen, by the time he's super, can blow up a planet. He's a skilled martial artist. He's been doing martial arts for decades now. Knows techniques like the solar flare, which are blinding. He's able to use the Kamehameha. His signature technique is actually the Destructo Disc, which, Goku stole, but whatever. The Destructo Disc is very dangerous, capable of basically cleaning through much stronger opponents than himself. Although, against individuals whose power level and body are just well above him, like him against Perfect Cell, it's not going to ultimately do much. And even against someone like Boo, whose body was magical and couldn't do anything, he couldn't hurt at all. Didn't really matter. Krillen is a bit of. I wouldn't say he's a coward, but he has experienced death several times, and therefore it's given him, an innate fear of dying. He doesn't want to die. Jin Mori, or actually Sun Wukong, as he's actually known, is I believe he's actually the main character of God of High School, if I'm not careful. Yeah, the main protagonist of the God of High School. Now, I've never actually read or watched this series. However, I'll admit, this does seem like one that would probably be... Well, I don't care about HBO Max. Why? Because an ad for Reminisce came up while I was looking at it. It probably looks like something that would be up my alley in terms of an anime manga to read or watch. So, I don't know, maybe I'll give it a shot at some point. But yes, he's, average height, athletic build. He is, in fact, though, the Monkey King. As powers, he's one... I don't know if he's the strongest character in the series. A lot of times, the main character tends to be the strongest. But he is definitely one of the strongest. He is a master of multiple martial arts. His own specific martial art is Renewal Taekwondo, a martial art created and taught to him by his grandfather. All of his attacks emphasize speed and power, and he only uses his legs against opponents he deems worthy. Otherwise, he uses a combo of punches to beat his opponent. In terms of like speed and strength, there's no real calc for strength. I'm sure someone's maybe done like videos on that. But there's no real actual level of speed or strength feats that I have listed for me, unfortunately. That said, he has a normal human form and his God mode. In his God mode, though, some of the things I can go off of here is enhanced durability, where he was thrown, where his increased durability as being grabbed by Nephilims and thrown planets by the king doesn't have any damage. Like, he was able to take planets to the face, basically. He also barehanded to catch Michael's blade without cutting his own hand. Blade of Thagata and Lightning Blade. However, they can wound him. Michael's. Now, is that who I'm thinking? Like the Archangel? Yep, the Archangel Michael of all freaking people. So he caught the Archangel Michael's blade and was fine. Oh dear Lord, that's a lot of durability. But we're not done here, folks. Not by a long shot. You see, not going just by durability, but enhanced endurance. He has already monstrous endurance increased to the point where the limit of removal 250, looks like 1,000 times. Rebound doesn't make him pass out. Well, that's the holy crap. That means, in theory, think of that basically like a Kaioken times 250,000, and it didn't make him pass out. Enhanced speed increased tremendously, as seen by him defeating, oh boy, 400. Am I reading this correct number right? 400,076,000 apostles instantaneously, while at the same time bisecting Beelzebub. Enhance agility. His agility increased the point that he can easily dodge omnidirectional attacks from the 7th floor owner. Don't know what that is, but omnidirectional attacks, shape-shifting. He's got, and again, renewal taekwondo. He's got many techniques within this. There's also Naibong Needle Ryu. After he's also basically, it sounds like it's an acupuncture type. It's like pressure point kind of style. Moonlight sword style. Full contact karate. Sisamasu Taikion. Practical Taikion. Boxing. Haoyang style Puma. And Wo Harigara. He also got a couple divine techniques, including the Monkey King skill, weapon of the 3 gods. Summons his weapons, Ryujigu, Kito, and Gord, and uses them to attack his enemy and fight against Michael, Uriel, and Garuda. Techniques that this technique in the Heavenly Gods realms attack collision producing explosion that destroys copies of Ryujigu around them. Fur of the Monkey King. Each of his hairs possesses magical properties and is capable of transforming into a clone of Monkey King. I remember that from Forbidden Kingdom. Just one of these is as strong as Jin Tai Jin and capable of copying the skills of others. These clones can release omnidirectional waves of energy that can vaporize a mountain and produce destruction on par and exceeding a nuclear bomb. Joy and the rapture! His weapons include Ryujigu, which is his staff, basically. Size alteration, it can grow broader and slimmer, taller, shorter, has been shown to extend as far into space, cutting through the upper atmosphere all the way to the moon. This means that Jin Mori can make it grow to around 240,000 miles long, wide, and possibly further. Weight alteration, it can command the staff to become lighter or heavier. If just placing on the floor was able to create cracks on the ground that reverberated up a gigantic hole up their surface, and you can crack a whole planet. Levitation, summoning, cloning, multiple stats, and enhanced endurance, teleportation. His Kinto Un is a weapon that the Monkey King can call from anywhere. It's a mystical cloud larger than the continent of Asia. It's a cloud. He uses a cloud as a weapon. Why not? And larger than Asia. Of course it is. Why not? Of course it's larger than Asia. Why wouldn't it be larger than Asia? What it can do, basically he has atomic kinesis. He can manipulate the cloud and manipulate weather phenomena such as winds, creating powerful winds like hurricane winds, fog, lightning, thunderbreaker. Using a major version of it, he can create a trail of cloud behind him and use it to create a channel of powerful lightning strike, annihilating anything within the cloud. Gourd, a mystical object carried by him. It's usually attached to his waist. It's basically a gourd. It's a defensive object, and he's used to absorb attacks, like in previous hands of Mew. It was later returned to him. Teleportation, absorption, absorb the attacks aimed at the owner. Memories, ability to store memories and consciousness of its owner, enabling him to relive them. And sealing, ability to seal and summon monsters. There's also oh god, he's got so much. I really actually need to watch this series. I think I'd actually really enjoy this series. Young Poi, because don't get me wrong, it's fun to see a character kind of struggle and grow, but it's also fun to have like a kind of a Saitama character who's kind of the or Cosmo from Cosmo Stigma, who's basically brick shithouse of the series, has to fight the tough guys, but ultimately comes out on top. It's fun sometimes like that. It's a mystical garment with function as supernatural armor. Its appearance is a black jacket with yellow fur and blue pants. It's sentient, apparently. Form alteration, acceleration mode, and power mode. Poncho fan. It's a fan. Skyscraper says this. Oh, and he's capable of memorizing any martial arts technique he witnesses, even for the first time. Like, what the hell? Like, don't get me wrong. I don't know if this guy is like technically on power-wise. Like someone like Beerus or Goku or Vegeta are still probably way more powerful than this guy power-wise. But this guy's sheer level of technique, skills, ability, and physicality. I'm sorry. I love me Krillen. Take me Krillen all day, but Krillen does not stand a ghost of a chance against this guy. Guy literally beat over 400 million opponents instantaneously while bisecting Beelzebub, who's a ruler of hell. This is messed up how actual powerful this guy is. We're kind of going into like Saitama levels of power right now. Seriously. Yeah, he's known as the Lord of Flies, a high god that granted humans the god blessing. But yeah, he's a like seriously, this guy is like. Sorry, I was looking at Beelzebub for the series. This guy is messed up in terms of powerful. And so, yeah, unfortunately, speed, endurance, durability, strength-wise, he can easily, if not surpass, Krillen, quite frankly. Because Krillen's, while being the strongest human, is still much lower than what we get mostly in the series. And especially in Dragon Ball Super, who you're now dealing with characters who can bust solar systems like Tic Tacs and like threaten the very fabric of the universe, and to some degree, the like macroverse. Not necessarily the multiverse, but the macroverse. So, I mean, also the problem is, too, is that it's stated that he cannot be defeated by a human. I think that's the other thing that needs to be pointed out, is that they say that humans can't defeat him. So, unfortunately, like, if that stipulation holds true for any medium, that means Krillen, no matter how much he tries anyway, can't beat him. I mean, he can certainly try to put up a fight, but even if he tried his best, like he tried to hit him with a Destructo Disc, his Gourd could just suck up the attack, even if he caught him off guard. I feel like Jin is actually well above the power threshold to actually be, like, killed by Krillen. Maybe injured. If he got hit with a Destructo Disc, I might argue he could be injured. But I just don't think that he unfortunately is a person. Sorry, I lost track of what I was saying there. I don't think Krillen's going to be able to win this fight, even though he's probably been doing the martial arts stuff technically longer. It's really the fact that Jin is Sun Wukong, and Sun Wukong is, like, thousands of years old. So he's clearly been doing it longer and does many more martial arts. Now, the one thing that he does have under his, Krillen does have under his belt is the fact that he can just fly naturally, whereas Sun Wukong does need, like, extra abilities to do that. He doesn't fly naturally. But then he's got his staff that he can just, boink, just right at Krillen right out of the sky if he wanted to. Yeah, honestly, I think Krillen sadly is going to get stomped in this fight. So, I mean, Krillen, like, they're going to duke it out for a while. I do think, though, Krillen would be someone of skill and enough that he would use his legs as well, not just his feet. Like, Krillen would probably get some punches in on him, and, Jin would realize, oh, this guy actually was able to hit me. He might be fun after all. And actually start wailing on Krillen. Krillen just goes all out with a Kamehameha as strong as he can make, and it's not enough. He just absorbs it in his gourd and just knocks Krillen out with his staff. Or he blinds him with a cloud cover with fog and then just knocks him out again. Even though Krillen does have, trained battle instinct, I just don't think it's enough to take this guy on. This guy is kind of ridiculous. And kind of my new favorite character without even watching the series or reading the manga. Anyway, ultimately, yeah, I gotta go Jin, man. Jin Mori all the way. This is from a guy who loves Dragon Ball, has watched it ever since he was a kid. Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, and GT. And I'm telling you, this guy I've never met before until this day, this guy wins. But that is just my opinion, ultimately. What do you think? Do you think Jin really is too much for Krillen, or do you think Krillen actually is more than what Jin could handle? I can see there's an argument for it, absolutely. Until then, though, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Hit that bell if you want to be notified. Whether you agree with it or not, let me know in the comments below. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you folks later. I got to pre-record my Lanta Corp and my What If. Just because I have plans on Tuesdays now, so I play poker with my dad on Tuesdays. We go to a place, we play. My dad actually won last week. So yeah, I just won't have the time to. Well, I mean, I actually might have the time, maybe, but I would rather just get them done now and have them done ahead of schedule. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you folks later.